I have 15 years of blood test data from my regular checkups, that captures lipid panel, vitamins, minerals, calcium score for the heart, pretty much all the metrics that, iron, along with your occasional DEXA scans. I got CGM data, I got steps, calories, uh, also genetics data from 23andMe. So if you look at it, it's like I got various data points, in spreadsheets, and then you got apps that kind of work in conjunction with, all these data points. And then, I store my weight. I track my weight as well. Every day I try to measure my body weight, especially in the last few years. It's been very critical for me. Again, that's in a text field. And then you go to your doctor, you got, all those data points as well from your doctor as well. That's, that I take notes as well. So if you look at it, the data is messy, it's everywhere. I'm an engineer, it drove me nuts. If I want to correlate some, okay, why my cholesterol went up, on this blood test, or, what happened this time, why my testosterone is high, but the strength at the gym is not, it's not great, right? So you got data, but number one, the data is everywhere. Number two, I don't have time to kind of open each spreadsheet in my computer, try to, draw a point. So, what do we do, right? Hey, by the way, I'm Shankar. I'm a 46-year-old biohacker engineer who want to live until 99 with the help of AI. I build stuff with AI, and for the last 20 years I've been religiously tracking my health, through whatever means it's available, right? The technology changed so much. Now we have watch, we got the ring, there's like so much data now, right? And how do we also, the research came a long way, especially with respect to genetics. They're finding a lot of new stuff, and along with my history, I'm a South Asian, and I have predisposed condition, based on my genetics, which I learned as well, with what I'm going to show you. It's just, there's a lot of markers, red markers in the way I was built. So I got to be careful, and, what do I eat, so how to stay in shape, and kind of make sense of all this. So that's where I built Iris, my own health agent, named after my daughter, 5-year-old daughter. And the the idea behind it is, I hope she guides me to the 99-year mark. She constantly checks on me. The way I built this old Iris, which I'm going to show it to you guys, it's pretty cool. She's amazing. It took me 2 weeks of work. I used Claude API for reasoning, Sonnet 4.6, and I've been using Claude for a while. Since last year. So I have so many instances now. Claude understands, who I am, what do I do in terms of business, work, what kind of stuff I ask the AI. So it kind of knows a little bit about me. I always share, hey, what do you think about this blood test? I load the results, and it gives me some context. And then I send my genetics data to it, and it kind of, looks at the data and gives some context. So again, it's separate, right? So in each of its spreadsheets. So that's where I built this Iris to help me put it all in one place, right? How do you take all the data and connect the dots, to make sense of the data and guide me towards that, 93-year goal. She has access to all the data. I connected everything, all the 15 plus years of blood work, the genetics data, the DEXA results, and I even built a chat function that has reasoning behind it with Claude Sonnet 4.6 as the model. So so if I ask her, hey, can I eat red meat, right? It will quickly look at my genetic profile and say, dude, you're not, you don't, your body doesn't have saturated fat well. So if you end up eating a lot of red meats, guess what? Your ApoBE levels are going to be messed up. Your LDL particles are going to climb up, which I verified myself. I, purposefully ate red meat for a week and tested the blood, and long and behold, those metrics are messed up. So anyways, I hope you guys likes this channel. This channel is going to be mostly my journey, documenting living until 99 plus years, and this is the part one, just kind of showcasing what I'm doing. And then the part two, I'm going to show you, actually, how I built her, the tech stack, the architecture behind it. And then the part three of the series, I'm going to show you what, all the patterns she recognizes, how she does the reasoning based on my health data, and recommendations and the report she sends, based on the steps that she pulls from my Garmin watch, which she syncs up every morning, sends me a report at 6 a.m. My time. And so that's going to be the part three of the series. So eventually I want this to be a health, what I learned as a 46-year-old, and my goal is to live until 99. I have two kids, 15 and 5, a son and a daughter. Oldest is the son, youngest is the daughter. I want to be there for them, so unfortunately my parents don't live close to me, they live far away. But for me, at this age, money doesn't matter, health matters most than money. And I'm doing whatever I can, especially with AI. It's taking me to the next level. So let me show you a quick snippet of what AI or my iris looks like. So this is my interface. Again, I bought the domain, it's cheap, and then I integrate with Firebase. So we'll go all these details in part 2 and 3 of my series. So let me enter my password to get into the my iris platform. So it's pretty cool, right? So look at it. So it's loading the data, and I'm really proud of this. So it's a pretty cool dashboard. It says today, Sunday, March 15th, tells my HRV, sleep, my battery, the steps. So these are all from last night's data, so last full day snapshot. And then here's a little briefing it gives me based on what it looked at the data from yesterday, full day of work or full day of data. So this is what it shows. And then here is today's calories I burned yesterday, and then here I can log my macros at the end of the day. So it uses this data to kind of figure out what the briefing is going to be in the following day. There's a lot of little stuff I added: trends, history, log macros, log weight, if you want, log your weight. And then a sleep notes. Again, sleep is very critical nowadays, so I added a little option for entering your sleep score, which I can show you. It's a 4-star, 5-star. You can do your ratings based on how your sleep was. And then blood work. This is pretty cool. Let's say you get your blood work done, you can enter pretty much these are all pretty critical markers I track, so you can enter that as well. And then log event, so anything you can say: supplement change, training, diet, travel. So these are some of the events I tracked or logged for my AI to draw a conclusion. And then log weight. This is very good. I can put a weight, and it even shows the trend as well. So like I said, it's a pretty cool. It's a work in progress, and I hope this gets bigger and bigger. And then here's a chat function. This is pretty cool. So like I said, these are all my history of the chats. So like I said, I ask a question: hey, can I eat high carb? So it tells you exactly, looks at my genetics data, it tells you what that means. I had iron overload a couple of weeks ago based on the blood test. So I asked AI, hey, what to do? It said, go freaking donate some blood, bring the levels down. And then it identified, my genetics, right? So it says HFV, CC homozygous, chronic iron loader. Apparently my genetics is prone to hold iron a lot. Especially with that level during that blood test, it identifies crisis, right? So I go donated the blood, and I'm actually testing my blood again. So we'll see. I'll update this as part of this journey as well. So this is pretty cool. So I hope you guys get inspired. If you have kids, family, you owe it to yourself as men to be strong, healthy, and be there for them. You don't want to be a burden at the end of or any part of their life, right? So you want to live a fulfilled life, being healthy, tracking your health. Again, you don't want to be anal about it, but now with AI, you can take control of it. You don't need anybody's permission. You can build tools. There's a lot of tricks and smart ways to do all of this stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and come back for part 2 and part 3, where I'm going to go over how I built the tech stack, and we're going to show you live examples of how Iris works. And along this journey, I'm going to teach you guys tricks, how to lose weight, how to maintain your health. I don't know how to even raise kids, right? So I went to high school. It's like a 10-year gap. It's a lot of work, but I love being a dad. I have an amazing wife, and two beautiful dogs. Again, I cannot ask for more. The only thing I can do in my power is to be healthy, and I owe it to them because I brought them to this world. So, if you guys like this content, come back. We will, begin the journey, and it's just the beginning. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys for part 2, and to go over the tech stack and how I built this whole Iris platform. Thank you again for watching this, and we'll see you guys on part 2.